Welcome to my channel Mintage Mysteries, where every coin has a hidden story. If you love discovering hidden treasures and uncovering coin secrets, you're in the right place. We're on a quest to solve the puzzles behind the world's most fascinating coins. From rare errors to legendary rarities, let's dive into the mysteries of numismatics. The Canadian 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has a rich and extensive history dating back to the mid-19th century. First issued in 1858, when Canada was still a British colony, the penny served as the smallest unit of Canadian currency for over 150 years. In its early form, the coin was made of bronze and notably larger than the versions familiar to Canadians in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Over the years, the design and composition of the penny evolved in response to changes in economics, technology, and Canadian identity. Its discontinuation in the early 2010s marked the end of an era, and by 2017, no Canadian cents were being minted, which leads to the reality that a 2017 Canadian cent simply does not exist. Throughout its history, the composition of the Canadian penny underwent several changes. Initially made of bronze, early versions were composed of 95% copper, with the remaining balance being tin and zinc. This high copper content gave the coin a distinctive reddish appearance and a significant weight. By the 1990s, however, the cost of producing copper coins had risen substantially. In response, the Royal Canadian Mint adjusted the penny's composition in 1997, first shifting to a mostly zinc core plated with copper. By the year 2000, the composition changed once again to steel with a copper plating. This steel core version made the coins magnetic and less expensive to produce, but even with these changes, the cost of production eventually outstripped the coin's actual value. Design-wise, the Canadian penny became one of the most iconic coins in the country's circulation. Starting in 1937, the reverse of the coin featured a design by G.E. Kruger Gray, 2 maple leaves on a single twig. This imagery, simple yet powerful, reflected Canada's natural landscape and became a lasting symbol of national pride. The obverse of the coin, like all Canadian currency, featured the effigy of the reigning monarch. Over the years, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II appeared in several iterations, reflecting her aging profile. The final effigy, introduced in 2003 and used until the coin's discontinuation, was created by Canadian artist Susanna Blunt. This portrait was notable for presenting the Queen without a crown, offering a more modern and modest image. Despite its deep-rooted place in Canadian culture and daily transactions, the penny had become increasingly impractical in economic terms. By the early 2000s, it cost more than 1 cent to produce each coin. In 2012, the Canadian government officially announced the end of penny production, citing inefficiencies and the coin's declining use. The last Canadian cent was struck on May 4, 2012, at the Royal Canadian Mint facility in Winnipeg. After February 4, 2013, the Mint began officially removing pennies from circulation, and cash transactions were rounded to the nearest 5 cents. Although digital transactions continued to allow for exact pricing, the physical penny had effectively disappeared from commerce. By the year 2017, Canada had fully adjusted to life without the penny. That year marked the 150th anniversary of Canadian Confederation, and the Royal Canadian Mint released a number of special commemorative coins to mark the occasion. However, the penny was not among them. Its absence was felt as part of a broader reflection on Canada's history and evolving identity. While many Canadians accepted the practical reasons for the penny's removal, the coin still held a nostalgic place in their hearts. It had long been associated with childhood memories, school fundraisers, coin collections, and even folk wisdom like, "A penny saved is a penny earned." Even though there was no Canadian cent minted in 2017, the legacy of the coin endured in other ways. Artists repurposed old pennies into jewelry, mosaics, and sculptures. Charities launched final penny drives before the coin became too scarce. Educators used the disappearance of the penny as a teaching moment about economics, inflation, and the history of currency. Collectors, too, began to place more value on earlier and rarer versions of the coin, including the final year of issue in 2012 and commemorative packaging released by the Royal Canadian Mint. The penny's long-standing presence in Canada's monetary system, its thoughtful design, and its changing composition over time make it a unique artifact of Canadian history. Its absence in 2017 does not diminish its significance. Rather, it underscores how currency can reflect broader social and economic changes. From its colonial origins to its symbolic departure, the Canadian cent remains a reminder of how even the smallest piece of change can leave a lasting mark. The 2017 Canadian cent does not officially exist, as the Royal Canadian Mint ceased production of the 1-cent coin in 2012. Because of this, any claim of a 2017 Canadian penny being found or owned is either a misunderstanding, a misdated token or novelty item, or, in extremely rare hypothetical cases, the result of an error or unauthorized strike. The discontinuation of the cent was announced for economic reasons, and the final official penny was struck on May 4, 2012. Since then, no further 1-cent coins have been minted for circulation or collectors. This means that if a genuine 2017 dated Canadian cent were to appear, it would be considered a significant minting anomaly and potentially one of the rarest modern coins in Canadian history. Because of the public's strong familiarity with the coin and its sudden disappearance, there has been considerable interest and curiosity surrounding the idea of a post-2012 Canadian penny. Some people mistakenly refer to privately made souvenir pieces or plated novelty coins as 2017 pennies, but these hold no official value as legal tender and were not produced by the Royal Canadian Mint. Nevertheless, if an actual 2017 Canadian cent, minted with the correct dies and under minting conditions, were ever discovered, it would immediately attract attention from collectors and numismatists across the globe. Its value would be determined not only by its date, but also by its provenance, authenticity, and condition. In the theoretical scenario that a real 2017 Canadian cent was minted, whether as an error, a rogue test strike, or through unauthorized means, it could be considered a once-in-a-generation rarity. The rarity of a coin is often tied to the number of known examples in existence, and in this case, the number would be either extremely low or possibly unique. If verified by reputable grading authorities and accompanied by strong evidence of its authenticity, such a coin could command a price in the thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction, especially given the collector demand for mint errors and transitional pieces. However, as of now, no verified 2017 Canadian cents have been documented in any official capacity, and any claim of one should be approached with skepticism and carefully authenticated. The fascination with non-existent or withdrawn coins often drives speculative interest in the numismatic world, and the 2017 Canadian cent is no exception. Collectors are naturally drawn to gaps, mysteries, and anomalies within coinage history. The absence of a 2017 cent has, in some circles, fueled rumors and online discussions about possible secret strikes, unreported prototypes, or even privately minted imitations that mimic the appearance of official coinage. While most of these are unfounded or based on novelty items, they highlight the strong emotional and historical connection many Canadians still feel toward the penny. It's a testament to how deeply embedded the coin was in national identity, despite its low face value. Moreover, the curiosity around a 2017 Canadian penny has inspired counterfeits and altered coins to surface on secondary markets. In some cases, older coins have been manipulated to appear as if they bear a 2017 date, either as a novelty or to deceive unsuspecting buyers. These doctored pieces hold no numismatic value and can mislead less experienced collectors. For anyone encountering a supposed 2017 cent, the most important step is to verify its authenticity through a reputable grading service or numismatic expert. Until a genuine example is confirmed through official channels, the 2017 Canadian cent remains a numismatic myth, an object of intrigue rather than historical fact. Despite its non-existence, the idea of a 2017 Canadian cent continues to capture the imagination of collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. This enduring interest reflects more than just a desire for rarity. It underscores how certain coins become cultural touchstones. The penny's long tenure in Canadian life gave it symbolic weight, and the mere thought of a post-discontinuation version taps into a collective nostalgia. Even without a single confirmed example, the 2017 cent has become a kind of modern folklore in the numismatic world, a coin that represents not just scarcity, but the end of an era and the emotional ties people form with everyday objects that quietly shape a nation's history. If you enjoyed today's exploration, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin discoveries, and share this video with fellow collectors. And as always, keep searching for those hidden treasures in your change. You never know when you might stumble upon the next big mystery.